I want to become a better writer. It will be beneficial for me to be able to express my ideas more and come off smoother over written form. A better writer would have said the former statement in a more elaborate manner, but since I'm not, that is all I have to say about the matter, or it would be had I not challenged myself to make this entry longer than a page. I don't intend to fill it with fluff, so let's go back to my original 2 sentences and try to make them better. If I was a good writer, maybe instead of starting off the bat with what I want regarding writing, I would first explain my previous relationship with writing in order to elucidate more potential unrealized motivations. I've always hated writing. Of course, once I sat down to write an essay, halfway through I might find myself enjoying it, but on the whole, it was an unenjoyable experience. Maybe it's because I felt like my time was being wasted. Generally, I was writing about something historical that I had zero cares for. Maybe it's because I didn't feel a challenge enough. Either way, it doesn't matter. Other than a few APs that I had to write essays for, I've never really had to care about the quality of what I was saying, and even then, I didn't really have to care for it. I was just copying and pasting the format needed in order to score higher. My mother has always told me how writing is a valuable skill, and how she can write pages upon pages easily because she loves it so much. I don't see it that way. Most of the time when I'm coerced to write pages upon pages, I end up hating it because I'm filling the page with garbage I don't care about, and sometimes even repeating the same things worded a little differently. Not that I'm dogmatic when it comes to my parents' advice. I most definitely am not. But I do think there's a truth in my mother's claim that writing is valuable, and I've always wanted to see writing through her lens. Now that I put it into words, it seems to me that I don't only want to become a better writer. I want to become a writer that enjoys writing, which is also, in a sense, a better writer. I'm on a gap year now between college and high school, so I haven't really had to write or do any of the classic scholastic activities recently. The idea of getting better at writing first implanted itself in my mind when I revisited the ideas of how Marcus Aurelius journaled, and how that allowed him to clear his mind and focus. This seemed like a good idea to me, just like all other times I've read meditations, so I decided to journal when I felt like it. The journaling didn't end up going that far because I didn't really have any ideas I necessarily knew how to express in paper, so I came up with a different system to try to invigorate my writing spirit. I made a criteria of analysis that I would have to do after watching a YouTube video, reading a chapter of a book, or something in that realm. It included, but was not limited to, me noting things I liked about the work, comparisons to other works I could think of, and things I had learned from it. This idea worked for a while, and it had the added benefit of making me waste less time on worthless videos, because then I would have to sit down and do an entire analysis, but didn't really satisfy the desire of writing I was looking for. Yes, I gained some new insight into books that I was reading at the time by comparing them to other works. But sometimes even after seeing something I really enjoyed and learned a lot from, it was hard to put into words the phenomena I enjoyed. And when I did, I was essentially just stating that I enjoyed them. This entire experience circled back to the concept of me wanting to become a better writer, but beyond the impact of the great Stoics. Why? Aspects of writing that I would love to be able to do would be video essays. My YouTube subscriptions are filled with a plethora of channels devoted to generally analyzing manga/anime like Berserk or Attack on Titan, but other works of fiction that I enjoy as well. I too would like to share my thoughts on works of fiction that I like. There have been many times where I'm reading a work of fiction and I think of some aspect of the story or some comparison that I haven't seen somewhere else, and I would like to fully flesh out the idea, but I don't because when I do try, it generally becomes convoluted. This phenomenon generally occurs whenever I write something, evidenced by the fact that when I would write an English essay, my English teacher, shout out Mr. Kaplan, would generally say something along the lines of, there are lots of good ideas here, they're just all over the place. He was and is right. My writing style is generally just throwing ideas on a page and seeing how they stick. There lies a slice of my motivation to become a better writer. I want to be able to express my ideas without them being all over the place. I would like to be able to write in a calculated manner and have my ideas be concise, unlike how this whole essay probably was. Obviously, this intro is only scratching the surface of hopefully my long but rewarding writing journey, but since I'm only starting out, I can't really think of what more to write. My plan of action for getting better will be writing a short story, poem, analysis essay, or something else a week, and I'll try my best to document as much as possible.